and welcome to Scale Car Garage. You know, we're really fortunate. You can see behind me there is such a variety of cars that are available for our hobby from manufacturers. We're really fortunate. However, sometimes there are some cars or vehicles that you may want for your track that well, aren't available yet. Doesn't mean you can't have them. Let me show you what I mean here at Scale Car Garage. Now, I'm sure you're familiar with these cars here. Full disclosure, there's actually just one there. There are actually more slot cars behind there. Someone pointed out to me that some of these are like vintage. I think, oh, they're not vintage. I mean, sure, we have our monogram Lola. Like there are flies here that are almost over 20 years old. Yeah, so technically vintage? Wow, that's something. But we're really fortunate in our hobby. Sorry, I digressed. We're really fortunate in our hobby in that we have manufacturers who produce just a full range of the type of race cars that we want on our track. Everything from, well, 1960s sports cars like this Austin Healey, which was done by Ninco, to, well, I guess more, I'll say, modern cars. Although this one is like over 20 years old now. This was the 24-hour Daytona overall winning car from 2001, driven by Ronnie Fellows and a couple of other drivers, made by Fly. There's you know, you can basically you can think of it, it's probably being manufactured as a slot car. But there are some cars that haven't been made into slot cars. For example, we took an Alfa Romeo Spider diecast and we made that into a slot car. Right. You can do this. If I can do it, you can do it. And one of the things I've been getting some emails about is sort of people asking for the steps on how to take a die-cast car like this and make it into a car that you want for your track like this. So I thought, let's start a series. And I'll take it step by step and show you what I do. Now, of course, there's more than one way to do this, but at least I can show you what I do that seems to work for me, and hopefully it'll work for you to get a car that perhaps isn't available yet on your track. So let's go to the workbench and start. So the first step that I do is choose a subject, choose a vehicle. So the vehicle I chose, believe it or not, is, well, a truck. I'm not much of a truck guy, but I think this is like one of the coolest trucks you could have. This is a die-cast, 1/32 scale die-cast of a 1956 Ford F100. And I don't know why I like this truck. And honestly, I'm not a big truck person, but it's a cool looking truck. And this die-cast, you can hear that, that has steerable front wheels. The tailgate opens and closes. It's the doors, of course, open and close. Like that. Look at that. Full interior, as you can see. It's really cool. Oh, hood, of course, opens, and I don't know. It looks. It's not a flathead. It's not a flathead engine. It's I think the Ford Y block that's in there. But there's a full engine in this model. So I really think this would be a cool little slot car. And oh man, it has such possibilities. You could have it as a derelict truck, or you could have it as a stock truck, or you could have it as a custom truck with flames. Or yeah, I mean, my mind is racing, quite frankly. But the shape, I mean, look at that. It's already so cool looking. So we've done step one. Here is our subject. Now, the other thing you should do is take a quick inspection to see, well, what's required to disassemble this model, because that is step 2, is disassembling this. And I'm going to tell you right up the top, there are more parts to this model than you can think. I mean, just going on without opening up or taking anything apart, just look around it first. There are separate door handles, side view mirror, 2 windshield wipers, even the badging on the side of the hood. Those are parts. Those are parts, because you can see how, I don't know if, hopefully you can see that, but there's some melt points on the inside. This is such a well-detailed little model, and honestly, for the price, if you can get these, well worth it. Which, you know, brings the question of why not just, you know, make this metal thing into a slot car? Why not? Absolutely. Well, the reason I'm not doing it is because, well, I only have one. And to be honest, just as I said a few seconds earlier, there's so many possibilities for this model. Anyway, let's begin disassembling this this really nice 1956 Ford F100, and I'll just show you how many parts and show you what I do. Now, before we start tearing this lovely model apart, let me show you, I guess, a couple of things that I get together, knowing that there are going to be a lot of parts. Let me show you. You'll need stuff like this too. You will need containers. Small containers for the small bits. Maybe a medium-sized basket for other parts. Maybe a large basket if you're doing a big model. And of course, if you're really doing a big model, take apart. I think we'll be able to get away with these two, at least these kind of nest. So we've got the small bits, bigger bits, and we'll just keep this on deck over here. Okay, I beg your pardon. Tools, yes, of course. Well, you'll need some sort of screwdriver. Trust me, tweezers, because there are some small parts. So you need tweezers. And it's always good to have a container of tweezers. Never have too many tweezers. And sometimes just to take those heat melt backsides off, an X-Acto knife. So let's begin with disassembly. Now, feel free to skip search. I'm going to do this in real time, maybe speed it up a little bit, because it probably is a little boring, but here we go, disassembling this vehicle. And just to show you, there's, oh my gosh, 2, 4, 6, 8 screws that we're going to have to remove. So let's get started. Now, if you don't think the tweezers will come in handy, trust me, when you start removing these screws, oh, there we go, there's one. Oh, tweezers, see? Makes life really easy. I'm not quite sure if this has to be, oh, it probably has to be removed. Let's just remove them. There's, we're going to have to disassemble the entire vehicle anyway. There we go. So all the screws are removed. Let's see how this comes apart. Let's be very careful. Oh, there we go. There we go. Make sure that it comes apart nicely and easily. Oh, oh my gosh, look. The cab is separate from the bed. That in itself gives us some possibilities there. Oh, here we go. Well, look at that. Lovely. All right. Now, the chassis is actually very important for a number of reasons. Of course, it has the running boards here that are an integral part of the truck. In addition to that, if we're making a slot car, it will set the wheelbase for us. And if we choose to make this as a static, we can make a lovely mold of the chassis. Ooh, also the bumper goes into the chassis. Okay, so let's put the chassis to the side, and let's do just the bed right now. And you can see, oh, look at that. See, this is what I was mentioning earlier. There are more parts than you can actually think about, because I thought the bed was one big piece, and it actually isn't. If you take a look here, it's actually the bottom of the bed, the majority of it is a piece of plastic, and they have these 4 melt points. So let's take our X-Acto knife and trim the melt points, and then we have hopefully the back of the bed out. Let's do that right now, and be very careful, not only to preserve the part, but to preserve your fingers too. Here we go. Oops. Be a nice piece. So there's the back of or bottom of the truck bed. We can take out very carefully the back here, the tailgate. Oh, here we go. Actually lifts out. I don't know if you can see that little hook there. There we go, there's one. There's the tailgate. Isn't that a nice piece? Oh, nice piece. So there's the truck bed. And as you can see, we have 2 separate lights that we'll have to take out, and be very careful here. Push these out like so. Wow. They are really in there. Here's one tail light. Look at that. Oh, beautiful piece. Beautiful. There. And we'll get the passenger side tail light. Just one moment. And again, the X-Acto knife comes in handy to sort of trim the melt point if you can. And then very carefully see if that releases the part from. Here we go. Take our time. Oh, there it is. There's the other light. And that is, here we have the back of the truck in pieces. Actually, you know, we should get another little cup, I think, for, excuse me. There we go. And put our tiny pieces in this cup. And here we have the back of the truck. Let's set this aside out of harm's way so we don't do anything silly. I think the other thing, yeah, you know, let's get another little small thing for the cab. All right. These little containers come in very, very handy. All right. So, oh my goodness. Oh, look at this. I think what we'll have to do, I don't know if you can see, there are a couple of screws here that hold the hinges for the door. So I think we're going to have to remove those. Hopefully be able to, oh, yep. Okay. That's one side. So we'll get the other side done. There we go. And this is how the doors stay on. Oh. There's one. And here is number 2. Okay. Wow. But you can see what I mean when I say there are so many more pieces than you can imagine that are part of this model, which again, for me, is mind-boggling that these are available at the price that they are, because they really are so cool. Now, oh, and you can see this, there's a screw here that we have to remove to take out the dashboard, which holds the front hinge for the hood. So let's do that. All right. Carefully here. Ooh. Here we go. There we go. All right. Oh, here we go. All right. Let's put that over here. I'm actually put in the box there. Now we have to remove dashboard somehow. Oh, there we go. It's actually a separate piece. My goodness. So this is just for the hinge for the hood. Now the hood should be able to be removed, I hope. I've just discovered that the dashboard is riveted to the body. It's part of the body. Wow. It's a separate piece, but it's made of plastic, but it's actually got metal rivet. Oh my goodness. Wow, is this ever well made? Very, very well made. And if we can, then there we go. Okay. There's the hood. Wow. Now, the hood itself has 3 pieces. Sorry, 4. I beg your pardon. It has the hinge itself, which is riveted on, and we're going to leave that. And then it has the emblem on each side, the F100 emblem. Isn't that neat? On each side. And they're heat or melted. I'm getting excited, I apologize. Now the emblem on the front appears to be tampo printed. It's not, there's nothing on the other side, so we may lose that, but that's okay. So let's take this apart. Oh my goodness. And then, oh, the glass also has these metal rivets. Okay. The metal pressings like that, you really have to take your time. We'll get that done, but my goodness, look at all the parts to this cab. We have rear view mirror, glass, steering wheel, steering column, dashboard, 2 windshield wipers, front grille, lights within the front grille, and the front bumper. And then, of course, the shell itself. Wow. But we are going to have to remove the dashboard. And as I said, that's got those little metal rivet things. And we'll have to remove the top of the glass as well. So that's going to take a little bit of fettling. But if you bear with me, oh, here we go. There is the steering wheel and steering column. So we put that in here. And we don't want to break this dashboard. So we'll try and bend up the metal. Good luck. Well, before we do that, let's take out the front bumper. And again, see, I just sliced the plastic that was melted. There we go, like so. And there's the bumper. Lovely. 1956. Lovely. And now we'll take out the front grille. And you can see there are 2 heat melts over here, so we'll try and carefully slice that. There we go. Here's one side. Should do it. And let's do the other side. Here we go. Very carefully. Oops. And let's see if the grill will come out. Oh dear. There we go, there's one side. Oops. Now I took a little bit of a break because taking out this dashboard, wow! I actually had to use a Dremel tool to very carefully, I don't know if you can see here, but very carefully grind away some of the metal, those 2 metal pins. Boom and boom. Look, I actually had to use this. I didn't want to bore you with it, but that worked. Now for the metal pins that are holding the glass, if you can see that, actually, that I managed to get done just with pliers, and I think it's ready to come out. So let's, there we go. Look at that. There it is. Righto. So, cab. Oh, it has the rear view mirror. We should remove that as well. That's one piece of glass there. Okay. Let's carefully remove the rear view mirror. And there it is. Rear view mirror. All right. Dashboard. Always a surprise, folks. So now we've got the cab. My goodness, that'll be fun. Look at that. Look at this. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. And we have to disassemble the hood. There's, as we said, 3 parts here. So, oh, let's get the glass out of the way. There we go. I'm going to leave the hinge on. And you can see I just very carefully remove one. And second. There we go. And see if we can pop out the, oh, Here we go. Very carefully now. Oh, there they are. Wow, look at that. There's the side. Isn't that something, huh? Lovely, just lovely. And like so. And there's the other side. Now these I think are, I wonder if they're stickers too. No? Tempo printed. Wow. The level of detail is unreal. So there's the hood. Now the doors. Now the doors have, you see there's a door card. These are always a challenge to, oh, well, the side view mirror came out quite nicely. That's awesome. Off very carefully. Oh, as you can see it's a piece of plastic in the door card. And just be very careful. Try and twist it. Usually there are some pins that are holding it in. Again, we want to be as careful as we can disassembling this. You know, here we go. See if we can get under there. There we go. Mm-hmm. Oh, here we go. Twist. Little twist. Ah! There we go. Door cards. There. And now we can get the door handle properly. There's the door handle. There it goes. And there's the driver's door. All right, driver's door. And now the passenger side door. So let's we kind of went to school on this, and we can see where the pins are in the middle of the door. So let's try and go to the middle of the door again here. Put underneath. Right. Here we go. Just nice and easy. And here we go. Ah! Door card. There it is. Look at that. For the passenger door. And you can see the heat melt point for the door handle for the passenger side door. And we'll just give that a little trim like so. There we go. Oh, we got it. There we go. Door handle. All right, look at that. Lovely. Just lovely. Yep. Now, the interior. Well, believe it or not, folks, we can actually cast this as one piece. What, you don't think so? Oh yeah, we can. And I don't even think I'm going to strip the paint because I really like that texture for the seats. Yeah, so this we don't have to disassemble. However, the front engine compartment, I think we are going to disassemble. And we're going to take the engine off with the radiator. The radiator is its own, oh yeah, there we go. Has its own little, see there are four melt points. 1, 2, 3, 4. I imagine these two are for the engine. Oh, right, there's an assembly, there's a fan assembly. There you go. So let's take the engine out. There we go. Very carefully now. There we go. As I said, there's always more parts than you think. Although I guess we should take the we have to take the radiator out because of the radiator hose. Excuse me. Pardon me here, folks. Okay, very carefully. There we go. So there is the radiator. Look at that. Look at that. That is so cool. So we have the radiator. And, oh, of course, we'll take the fan assembly. That'll be next. There we go. There's the fan assembly. So cool. All right, and now the engine. I'll take the engine out here. Okay, there's the engine. Wow. My, my, my. Isn't that lovely? Okay, and there's the inner fenders. And again, it's all one piece. Okay. So, oh my goodness, right. We will have to, here's the rear bumper. And we will have to disassemble the front wheels here. I think these come out like so. Let's see here. Here we go. There's the steering assembly. That's quite neat. Isn't that neat? Look at that. All right, we'll put that in. I think we'll put it here because we don't really need that. And we should take off the rear wheels. Now these should pull off like a slot car wheel, and it does. Look at that. Oh yeah. Oh, I don't know if you can make that out, but they even tempo printed the top of the hubcaps to say Ford. That is so cool. Put that in there, and now we have the chassis, and we will need the chassis in some way, shape, or form for the running boards because, of course, put this back on here for just a moment. See, the running boards are here. And of course for the bed, bring the bed back. This will, oh, of course we'll have to do it at the same time. Because this fits in like so. Here we go. And then the chassis will have to go over it like so. Oops. Gee whiz, you can actually make a little stake truck too if you wanted to. Possibilities, possibilities, possibilities. I love it. I just love it. Here we go. Look at that. Wow. Isn't that lovely? Okay. So there we have it. And the chassis. Step one complete. And as I've said many times, feel free to skip search, but this is the most important part because you really can see just how many parts there are to one of these lovely die casts. In fact, I'm going to add these little tail lights to the other wee parts. So that is the first step. The next step, well, stripping the paint. And not only do we have to strip the paint from the metal parts, we should also strip the paint from the plastic parts. The door cards, for example, these have been painted. You can see they're black plastic on the inside and red and detailed on the outside. So these have to be stripped. As well as chrome pieces, like the front grille, which is chromed. the bumpers, the dashboard has to be stripped, and all the little tiny chrome bits have to be stripped. So that's step 2. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this inspires you to take a die cast that you would like to have on your track, either as a static or a slot car. This will probably end up being both. And make it yourself. So here we go. Next step, stripping the paint. So hopefully you'll join me here for that at Scale Car Garage. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe.